Rush. Hey, thank y'all for tuning in to another session, man. I gotta say this every time, man. I gotta thank y'all. This wouldn't be a show without the viewership, without the watchers, without y'all keeping these conversations going. You dig? And you know we're here. We're a show about mental health. We're a show about healing and love and finances. We're a show about talking shit and owning your truth and using your voice and finding your gift and your purpose. But most importantly, we here for self, man. We here to take care of ourselves so we can take care of each other's. So make sure y'all share this shit. You dig, with your goldfish, your ex, your grandma, anybody you think will watch this. Share it with, because we definitely got a special guest in the building today, man. I love the first timers. It's just a different type of energy and vibe because y'all don't know what to expect.
Real
So this
talk.
shit is about to go. I've been looking at this brother's social media for a while now. You know what I mean? And I'm impressed, man. The message he gives out, the energy he gives out, the way people respond to his message. That's what I pay attention to most. I watch how people respond to how you move. So I'm proud to have you on the show, bro. I ain't gonna keep going on. Can you tell the people who you are?
Man, I'm proud to be here, bro. My name King Thunda, man. Straight about Columbus, Ohio. Been a long time coming, bro. You know, I appreciate the reach out for real.
Yes, sir, man. It was due. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
well, yeah, that's that.
You had a couple things you said online. I'm like, oh yeah, I want to dissect this. You know what I mean? But not in a way where it's like I had things I really want to talk about. I'm like, I want to hear what he got to say. You know what I mean?
100.
Because you know how somebody could say some shit and you like, oh, I wonder how you think about other things.
Real shit, real shit.
You dig? So we had to get you to the forefront, man. How
It's a
you
blessing,
feeling?
bro.
How's your life? How's your day?
Man, today was actually very productive, man. I ain't stopped today, man. I was on the grind. Shit. I'm talking about the hustle's at an all time high at this moment, for real, for real. And where I just came from, nobody can even have a clue, bro. Just because I keep my energy high. You know what I'm saying? I keep my positivity even in the worst of times. Like people don't even like when you get to asking me certain kind of questions, man, it's gonna be a lot coming out this motherfucking
Oh,
conversation,
I'm
bro.
excited, bro. I'm
And,
excited.
and I'm one of them people though, man. I'm gonna tell you the real. Like it's not no. I ain't with the fad of people trying to like hide their true identity. A lot of people don't like to talk about they true real shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like
Yeah,
everybody want to put on a facade for the internet, and I'm just real, like because I don't be caring how people feel about me per se, because it just be like I'm comfortable with who I am. You know what I'm saying? And
yeah, and that's important in this social media age. You know what I mean? Because it's a lot
Mhm.
of things you can be this day and age, and
Bruh,
half of them ain't real, like you would say.
can't I lost that fake it to make it attitude, the materialistic
Yeah,
attitude. Like I done learned the game of discipline and emotional intelligence to I think I ain't completely at my all time high, but I feel like I'm dumb high on emotional intelligence for real.
yeah. I feel like having a comprehension of it is a good place to start, a good place to be. A lot of people ain't, reviewing and checking into that. And that's the
100.
only thing that's what makes us us. You know what I mean? That's what separates us from like animals and robots is our emotional intelligence.
Facts.
A robot can do your job and press these numbers, you dig,
Real
but
shit.
it can't make decisions like you can.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
You feel me? So I think we're getting to a point now where it's like people have to be emotional intelligent just to separate themselves in this industry. You know what I mean? Now they got AI and now they got different shit going on. They trying to replace the human experience.
Oh God.
You know
Oh
what I mean?
God.
Like it's crazy. Cause
That's
that, cause
real.
that's so that's the place where I first seen you at was the music. So I see, they got the AIs doing music, they got the AIs doing art. Like, how you feel about that? That's wild to me.
Bro, to me, uh, I feel like knowing thyself is the most important thing you can do at this moment, and a lot of people are just lost, and their brains is going from one type of characteristic to the other, like sporadically as fuck. Like people just, I don't know if they confused, if the fact that this planet is shifting into a new dimension is making people's mentals like spin around at the fucking speed of light and shit, like to where they just don't know how to feel and how to react to shit. And it's people going from a positive vibe to a negative vibe in the next second, which I fucking can't stand.
Yeah.
You know
And
what I'm
trying to
saying?
call it bipolar and shit. That ain't bipolar. You just don't know the shit.
Nah, and it could not even be that. It could literally be the fact that you know, as human beings, some people just. I think these planets and shit like that moving around, they moving in the way that I mean, just think, bro. It was just 40 degrees. It's May and shit. Like,
Right.
you know what I mean? The pole
That's
shift is
wild.
real. Like, see, people ignore what's right in front of them and shit, and they be like
Yeah.
crazy to me because you go to the grocery stores, food shortages. You drive down the street, you see businesses closing that been open since I was a kid. Like, and people overlook that shit, and I'm just seeing it in clear view. Like, bro, y'all don't see nothing wrong with this shit at all.
Yeah. And I see both sides. You know what I mean? I don't agree with it, but I see why they overlook it. Because when you acknowledge something, you got to do something about it.
On God,
You know what I mean? It's easy to pretend like something's not happening. That because a lot of people weren't the bully. Let's call a spade a spade. And I'm not saying they were bullied, but they weren't the bully. They don't
man,
understand how to be direct. They don't understand how to take control of life. They just allow life to happen to them.
that's real. That's real, and that's the Matrix, man.
Yeah.
All day, like
Cause
my
then
what
you're
the homie
getting
say,
mad and you don't even know why you're upset. Or who to
man.
be upset with.
The homie said, one of the homies said, free Rashad Jamal. The homie said a lot of people was looking left and right. They don't ever look up and down. You know what I'm saying? They just stuck in the robot mode. You know what I'm saying? Just the
Hmm.
motherfucking whoop, 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 and they just work, da da da. Like, you want to know what's crazy, bro?
Yeah.
Walking through like parks that I walk through to just get my peace and my meditation, I literally scan shit with my Google app and find out what kind of plant it is, if it got health benefits or not. And I done found 5 medicines in the national parks that we got: Franklin Park, Baltic Woods, and that's just 2 of them. I done
Wow.
found at least 5, 6 medicines that I can pinpoint, tell people what it is, and it's people jogging past the shit. It's people just walking, doing their exercising, but they don't have no clue what they walking past.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, so it's just kind of like, yo, if the world came to shit, and just think about it, the CVS on Broad and James is closed down. That shit been open since forever, and it's like when you think about medication and people taking certain kind of medication to heal themselves, not knowing that they can do it by making a tea out of these herbs that's right growing out the ground on an everyday.
Hmm.
And me, the more I scan and the more I research, I done had people tell me that I think I'm full of myself because of my knowledge and shit. And I'm like, bro, I'm trying to teach motherfuckers shit y'all need if shit go bad. So
I
it's
mean,
like I
they
found a
be
cure for
reading.
cancer in Black Lake Woods, and it's a lot of it.
Yeah.
Anti-cancer, and it can heal cancer. And people like, I mean, they look at me like, I ain't think you know it all and shit. Motherfucker, I'm learning. Like,
Right.
you feel me? I ain't doing nothing that the motherfucker that's in tune ain't. It's more. It's a lot of me's out here.
Yeah.
I ain't the
Yeah.
only one. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? So I don't know, bro.
There's different soldiers in the army. You know, there's people who broadcast things and there's people who do it behind the scenes. There's a lot more people behind the scenes than actually talk about these things.
That's
And
true. That's true.
that's what people are going to come to understand, the ones that do. You know, we're not trying to recruit you. I'm trying to give you options. I'm trying to
Oh
give you
God,
perspective. I'm trying
that's
to give
facts.
you a different life. I can't even promise you a good or bad life. I'm trying to give you a different life.
Or
Because the way
perspective,
you talk, the way you move, the way you post, you don't look like you like the life you got. You
man.
look like you hate it. You like you trying to get away from it. And it's
Word.
yours.
Real shit. And it's like, we might have to work every day to get to the bread, but at the same time, you got to get to the point to where you will be just as happy without it. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Because at this time of life, the, I just watched a video where a man broke down the government system of buying houses and the interest, and how you end up broke and actually in the negative trying to keep up with the government. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
And me, I look for ways to keep myself above the government. I like working jobs where I got time, where I can work less and make more. And if I gotta work more, I'ma haul ass for like 4 5 months and stack my bread up to an all time high. And
Mm.
then I'ma adjust myself to go back into entrepreneurship to get out of the system of um corporate living, you know what I'm saying? Corporate lifestyle, you know what I'm saying? You spending so much time out your day working, and not no time for yourself. You know what I'm saying? So like the goal is to find out how to make money with doing less work. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
Mhm.
and then if you can't make the bread doing less work, then people need to know how to figure out how to grow their own food, how to find water if there's all this contamination that just happened in Ohio, only like
Yeah,
2 hours away from here. We don't know if our water poisonous or not. So it's like, okay, where can you get natural water from if none of the water that we can get from, the state or the government system is good for us no more? Do people know where to go? Do people know where to find it at? Do people know that they can punch a hole in a maple tree and put a tube in it and drain water out of a tree after it rained? Because the rain go through the leaves, it go through the stems, it go through the branches, and it come down the tree trunk into the roots of the tree. So you can poke a hole in the side of a maple tree, put a tube in that motherfucker with a bucket, and drain sweet water out of a maple tree. A lot of people don't know that. But so I try to give people that information because it's like I ain't gonna go hungry or thirsty because I
ever.
walk in parks, I scan shit, figure out what it is, and then I research shit. I don't take people's word for nothing. So if I learn something, then I research it to make sure that is real or not.
Yeah,
And then I just absorb the information, code it, and then stuff that's bullshit I discard. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like an Amazon shopping cart. You're going to put a whole bunch of shit in your shopping list, but you might only buy some of it. You feel
exactly.
me? So you buy what resonates to yourself, and then the rest of the shit just going to be there in the cart that you feel like you don't need right now. So, it's just perspective, man. And I think that's a part of my emotional intelligence is being able to see massive perspectives and not say what's right or wrong. It's
Yeah,
understanding somebody's perspective even if I don't agree with it. You feel me?
man, that takes a lot of security.
Ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? And we only the tip of the iceberg of this conversation right now, man.
And that's the beauty of learning. That's the beauty of education and transcending is you become unrelatable. I've battled with this most of my life, trying to really, really become woke, like awoken and shit, and still have like a social life and friends, and what I mean. And it's like
100.
the two butt heads, the two
God.
conflict each other a lot. But I got faith. I tell people all the time, our generation, I'm 34. So I tell people all the time, we're the golden era. We grew up without technology and now we're the ones
Facts.
running it. So
God.
we different too. We rebels, we intelligent, we hustlers,
Mm-hmm.
we dangerous. You know what I mean? We different.
All
We
that.
different, bro. I look through history and I'm a big historian. So I look through history. I've never seen people as well rounded as us.
Man, and not at all. And I consider myself like a not I don't compare myself to people, but Tupac was. I only cried over two rappers' deaths, and that was Nipsey and Tupac.
Ooh, yeah.
You
Yeah.
feel me? And look what kind of people they was.
Yeah.
Revolutionaries. They was smart. They was moving how they needed to move. They was ahead of their time. And
Funny when they needed to be, charming.
you
They
feel
was a
me?
jack of all trades.
Jack of all trades. And I feel like that's me. You know what I'm saying? It's like just think about all the stuff Tupac did, from movies to the motherfucker did ballet, the motherfucker did arts, you know what I'm saying? The motherfucker
Yeah.
wrote poems, the motherfucker was a revolutionary, he was in the Black Panthers for real with his mama.
Yeah.
Like so many different avenues that he took. And then you look at me, I write books, I do digital design, I came out with my own liquor, fucking it don't stop. It's like I almost don't run out of shit to try. You know what I'm saying? Even
Yeah,
if it don't work. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
It's just like where you gonna go if you don't try something? Get out your box. You know what I'm saying? Now fame and fortune is something I'm not attached to because where the money coming from? The
yeah,
more money you make, it's like who cutting them checks? It's coming from an evil source. Money is the root of all evil in the first place.
yeah,
So somebody that's always talking about chase a bag, chase a bag, chase a bag, it's like, bro, your brain is fucked up.
yeah,
Because it's okay to do that. But when your soul is too connected to it, you would do anything for the bread.
yep.
That's why I don't trust a lot of motherfuckers because
Same.
if I can't, just like I said, if you can't, if a motherfucker steal a quarter from me, you will steal $100.
Yep.
And that's how my
You
mindset
would
is.
take 10,000. You would take 1,000,000. You would clean me out.
You will clean me the fuck out, bro. If you steal anything, so that's why I don't put that past nobody. If I count my little coins up inside of a trash and I got it in a, bro, I got a cup full of change. And if I let somebody stay in my crib and I counted my change and I got the exact amount of what it was, and then the motherfucker is still just 50 cent, you got to get up out of here.
Yeah,
Cause I already know what the fucking time it is. Cause then if I flash my gold and you see it,
yeah,
then you like, oh shit, that's some shit. I'm gonna go ahead and get that. You know what I'm saying? Then I'm gonna have to do
yeah,
something I don't want to do to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then it's and I'm for the people. You feel me? I'm against black on black crime. I'm against, and I'm a mutt. I got literally like 8 different backgrounds in my bloodline. You feel me?
hmm,
And they even stem from European, Brazilian, German, Scottish, Irish, all that shit. And then the black side, East African, East Asian,
okay,
yeah, I'm saying Native American, Mexican. Like I know exactly what is in me at this point in my life. I got
yeah,
a book of that. I got 2 books in my hands right now that show my history from before slavery through slavery to now. And I'm only missing one more book of one more strain in my family that leads to Pocahontas being my 14th grandmother, and that's the only book of stuff that I'm working on getting, and then I got my whole entire where I came from in my hands. You feel
it's
me?
your bloodline. That's
Crazy.
crazy.
And most people don't even like dig for that.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I tell everybody like
I think some people scared what they'll find.
facts. Or and they scared to understand that we may be like say for instance our dad and mom had us.
Hmm.
That don't mean that our genetics is just our dad and mom.
Right.
We got the genetics from our his like way. I had powerful people in my family, motherfuckers that own castles. Like I mean, come on, man,
They sound
Pocahontas,
like go getters. If you got a
man.
lot of cultures, that they was go getters. They was travelers. They was getting around.
You feel me? Like Pocahontas worked with the colonizers to try to
Yeah,
help her Native American tribe. You feel me? And you know how that shit go. As soon as you get a little bit too
yeah,
smart, then they like, kill her ass.
yeah.
And
And
that's
that's
what they
that
did.
young. But that's the beauty of us. I see the black in all colors. All the browns.
Fact.
I see
That's
black. You
fact.
dig?
That's fact.
So I talk about this with the homies all the time. We are just nice people. We are forgiving. We're caring. We're compassionate. That's just who we are. You know
Fact.
what I mean? Cat Williams said it perfect. He was like, he said white people are worried now. And he said
Very.
they worried because they figured something out. He was like, they're figured out like we're the better people. And he
Fact.
said they figured it out because we haven't retaliated from slavery. We took the high road. We friends with some of y'all motherfuckers.
On God. And I'm so
He
much
said, if
of
that don't tell a motherfucker you better than them, I don't know what will.
bruh. I mean, and just like history say, 6,000 years ago, y'all ain't exist.
Yeah,
Nobody seen a white person 6,000 years ago. So it's like, where the fuck y'all come from? You know what I'm saying? And then y'all come over here to take some shit over. Y'all niggas was genetically modified, bro.
we created them too. A part
Flat.
of it is us. It's the duality. It's when you put
Mhm.
a bunch of love and good in the world, like hate is festering somewhere.
Man, I tell everybody like when when you look at the earth and how we was made and what's inside of us and what we made out of. You look at the earth. I try to even teach this to my kids. Like, what color is the soil? It's brown. Like so, like our skin color and our melanin, the melanin is in the earth. The way that a plant grows, what feeds a plant, the same shit. That's why they tell us to eat more veggies and fruits. And water is H3O inside of the fruit instead of H2O inside of our actual water. Or drink alkaline water, or use copper cups when you drink water because copper cups makes any kind of water alkaline. That
Okay.
alkaline diet can keep you from getting cancer, and it can treat you like if you fast. We eat too much a day.
Yes.
Somebody eating breakfast, lunch, and dinner is bad because you're not giving your body time to break down food. So you're supposed to eat when you're hungry, not when you just eating to eat.
Yeah.
Because you know what I'm saying.
Stress
There-
eating,
There's
eating
a
because you're
book.
bored, all
There's
types
a
of shit.
book that teach you that it was a the colonizers called us animals because we would eat when we was hungry, like once a day and maybe like a little small portion of something afterwards.
Hmm.
And they came up with the breakfast, lunch, and dinner shit because they felt like that was the way to go. But it ain't because your body's not breaking down its food, so it's turning into illness. It's turning into mucus, what leads to your diseases and shit like
Yeah.
that. So when people realize, yo, if I eat once a day, that shit break down, and I use the bathroom in a couple hours, I'm getting rid of that shit. And then I only drink tea and water. I don't even really drink pop. And if I mean, I might drink a little brew or a little
Same.
cooler every now and then,
Same.
but I don't drink a lot of the shit. I barely ever drink pop.
Yeah, same. I
You
used
know,
to as a kid. I had to cut that out.
flat. You know what I'm saying? Snacks and all that shit. I used to be heavy on sugar and all that type of shit.
Same. I was a stressy, but too, I'm a mad scientist. So when I be in the
Mm-hmm.
lab long hours, I just be snacking. I don't want to eat too much because I don't want to slow down, and I
Oh
don't want
god.
to get the itis.
Yeah,
So
real
I be
shit.
snacking.
Real talk, man.
So
And that's
I had
what
to
it's
start
about.
working on that, and I think I just changed what the snacks were. Which brother Aki and I listen to 19 Keys and a bunch of guys, but they've been getting me hip to this past couple years. I've been juicing a lot more. I haven't even been drinking as much water. You know
Yeah,
what I
word.
mean? And I typically only drink spring water when I do. But I haven't really been. I
Mm,
haven't been needing to. I've been so hydrated from the coconut and the melons, and I eat a
real
lot of
shit.
oranges, a lot of apples. So yeah, that's been changing my whole perspective. You know what I mean?
Real talk. It's like you mentioned earlier about us being 80s babies before technology and shit, we view life different because even now, bro, communication with people is different because,
Yeah,
bro, I done talked to a woman older than me, and the woman was scared to meet me at like a park or some type of shit to get her first gist of what kind of person I am and shit like that. And I'm thinking to myself, like back in the days, that's the main place you went to meet somebody.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Because it's people walking around, you feel more comfortable because it's other people. Like we not in a secluded area where you got to feel uncomfortable. But now, with the kidnapping and people doing this
yeah,
sex trafficking and all that shit, it done made everybody weird. Like, I'm kind of worried about meeting you and shit, and make sure we meet in a good place. So I swear to God, everybody I meet, especially when it's a female, I'd be like, where do you feel comfortable?
yes.
Not even me. Like it ain't even about me, cause me, I don't give a fuck. I ain't scared of nothing. I'm me.
Comfortable everywhere.
I swear to God, bro. I drove for Amazon, bro, and I used to deliver in the dark, and I can't even explain to you the focus that I have in the dark, and I start hearing noises. I
Same.
don't get scared. I get focused. It's like my
Yeah,
awareness be on 10,000. Like I be
yeah,
like, I don't get my heart don't be pounding. I kind of be looking like, okay, if something pop out, what I'm gonna do? Da da da. Like I
yeah.
already be having shit in my head, like how I'm gonna react to this shit. You feel me?
Yeah, you alert, and that's you. We learn that through life. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? But
real shit.
that's the beauty of even when we're healing and we're releasing out parts of us. That's why I tell people even about like our parents' generation. Like some things they said were good was good information that we got from them. We can't just throw away everything. You feel me? Like And that's another part too. We got away from those things. You know, we used to have to catch our own food, prepare
Real
our own
talk.
food, and that forced you to use the whole animal. Nowadays, you can just use the tail or
Real
the
talk.
tongue or the, you know, whatever part you want and throw away the rest, and it's not getting used. So that is now counteracting the earth, like, because it
Mm-hmm.
has to be a balance. You know what I mean? People want good in the world, you got to put good in the world.
Oh
It's not
God.
just there waiting for you, but the more good you put, the more of a target you are. You
Oh
dig?
God.
How was that? How was that for you? Because
Oh
that
God.
because that target, having a target on your back is crazy. You know, for the people that's been in the hood, like we got a lot of people that watch my show that's crossed over. You know, they did what they did in they day, but now they family guys. They they out the way
Man.
with it. You know, so people need to understand, you know, you can be of an area and still not carry those essence. I've been around a lot of people who people think is tough and they're really nice guys. And then the
Yeah.
quiet guys is really the tough guys. You know what I mean? So
All day. God, them the scariest motherfuckers right there.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't know what.
That
Hey,
that
that's what they
si-
say.
that
A
silence
quiet
is.
mouth is a loud mind.
I swear to God, boy, the motherfuckers talk too damn much, be the ones getting voted.
Straight up.
You know what
Straight
I'm
up. So
saying?
how was
Like,
that for you? What's been your whole experience, you know, coming up, how you came up, first getting into music, you know, living where you've lived to where you are today?
man, so I grew up on Oak and 18th. Basically, my mama was my childhood home was on Madison, right there in the Old Town East area.
Okay.
Close to like East Broad and 18th, close to downtown. Um, my neighborhood was very dramatic, traumatizing. There was a lot of shit going on. We was the smallest. Well, let me backtrack a little bit. When I was 6, that's when I started playing the piano. You feel me?
Okay.
Going into my older years, probably around my age of 10, 11, 12, around that area, is when my mama and my pop split. And then that definitely a change your mentality. You know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah.
things that you find out, things that you figure out about your situation, and it can change your mindset. So that a broken home, it always deter a young man to do. I mean, sometimes you feel me, but in my situation, I lived in the Crip neighborhood. So when that happened, and I no longer had that structured discipline presence, then you start actually going out. You know, you go from playing basketball, football, chilling with the homies, and then shit start getting intriguing to you. Like, oh, let's start taking some shit because we ain't got a lot. My mama working a lot now because now you got a single house home. Now she got to work all day long. She ain't coming home till nighttime to pay the bills. So you come home from school, you got homework. But T.I. got a song called Never Forgave Myself where he said, Mama, look, we got our own work. Because instead of sitting around waiting for your mama to buy you shit, then you start thinking, like, I got to just get it on my own. You feel me? So
Hmm.
as a teenager, shout out to my cousin Kia, you know, we was out here doing shit. I was selling drugs. She was doing what she do. She was dealing with dope boys. And we was bringing the chicken to the table. And we was like some of the youngest motherfuckers in the family. You feel me? I
Okay.
was wild magnolia at this point. So when I hit
Okay.
like 16, 17, uh, I'm full fledged in the thought process. I'm gangbanging for real.
Were you making music at that point?
Yeah, that was probably around the time I started. Was
Okay.
around I wrote my first rap. I was in a church choir. That's where I started singing at around
Okay.
12.
Man, most of us, man, I make a joke about that, but dead ass, we
Yeah,
both
that.
came from the church choir.
Man, church choir. And then something about church. Like I seen a whole bunch of shit that people think I'm crazy for saying, but then I got resources that'll back up my stories. You know what I'm saying?
Straight
Like,
up.
so I lived a different kind of childhood where I done seen ghosts. I done seen a crazy ass broad teleport from upstairs to downstairs, blew our fucking minds. I seen pretty much what the fuck we would consider an alien in person. You feel me?
Hmm.
Um, so like the shit that I believe in, people will be like, "Nah, this motherfucker weird, bro." But it's like I really seen this shit at 12 at my church, and my mama was married to the pastor. She'd tell you the story. We watched the exorcism basically in the church. You know what I'm saying? The woman called a devil. Like she started talking like that, foaming out the mouth, tripping, and they had to like exorcise a demon out of her in church. We got the fuck up out of there, but
Yeah.
it was some wild shit to see in church. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's 12 years old. So and then all the alien shit happened before that. So it's like my whole childhood, I literally people think I'm tripping. Maybe I'm the only one in my household that's seen this shit. But one morning, I seen like a bright ass light outside of my door. Now, mind you, it's nighttime, like 2, 3 in the morning. I still remember this shit because it was blew my mind.
Yeah.
I seen a big bright ass light, and I'm like, "What the fuck is that, dog?" So I look out the window. It's so bright, you don't even know what the fuck it is. You feel me? So my mama's grass was perfectly green. It's summertime. By the time I get outside to see what the fuck crack, it's a circle of dead grass on the side of my mama crib, like a crop circle. How it look, that little
Mm.
fucking. So I'm thinking to myself, like, motherfucker, did a goddamn UFO just land in my motherfucking yard, like dead ass?
Right.
Like because what else could have caused the grass to be dead in a split in a day in a
Right.
complete circle in a crispy ass perfect circle. You know what I'm saying? So that shit blew my mind. And then one of my oldest brothers, well, actually my oldest brother, he was dating some broad, and she pulled up to the crib on some crazy shit, like where you at, and he lied to her, told her he wasn't home. Bro, this chick is out in the car outside. We on the third floor of my mama's crib. This chick started naming where everybody was sitting at and what they was doing on the third floor. But after she did that, one of my cousins was like, "Yo, you need to go holler at that broad because
Yeah. She know.
whatever you got going on with her, you gonna have to go deal with
Yeah.
that because that is crazy."
Yeah.
So, uh, but that's like childhood shit. You feel me? So then, getting into the gangbanging shit. So, uh, let me say, high school days.
Mhm.
In my school, I went to
What
Centennial
year you
High
grad? What
School.
year you come out of high school?
'02, I went to John Burroughs
Okay.
out west in elementary. Then I went to um some ghetto ass shit out west, and then I went to Mifflin Middle School after that, and then I
Hey.
went to Centennial High School all 4 years of my high school days. But
Okay.
I was the only Crip nigga from Oak Street in there. It was more Windsor Terrace, Short North people in there.
Yeah.
Um, then high school was kind of like that. I'm different. I was goofy and I got along with everybody. Everybody fucked with me, and I was rapping like a motherfucker, like freestyle battles, people beating on the table, I'm snapping on shit.
Yeah.
So I got known for rapping in high school, like, and I was official with the shit. And then I was talking to Nipsey on MySpace at the time in my
Okay.
computer class every day. MySpace used to pop off. You put your
Go
music on there and shit.
crazy.
Yeah, so me and Nip used to have conversations about his moves, and he told me a whole bunch of shit. He gave me game at this age, and he was like, "Yo, our life stories is almost similar. When we start gang banging, him building the studio for his homies to come rap in the crib, that was me. I ghetto rigged the studio and everything. Me and one of my homies back in the day, God done forgave me for it, but we robbed the church
Hmm.
and not like with people in it, but everybody was gone. But we got broken that motherfucker. I took cassette tapes, microphones, shit to where I can make music. You feel me? And
Right.
then on the way out, we hit the pantry and got some Ben and Jerry's ice cream and shit.
Yes,
We took
sir.
some food, but we went hungry. And then I wanted to rap, and my mama wasn't finna buy me all that shit. And then it was she bought me a couple things. She got me like a keyboard, but it was just certain pieces I was missing to make music. And I was like, fuck that. I don't
I know
figure.
where they at.
You feel me? And then I don't know if you're familiar with the Red Cross on Broad Street,
Yeah.
but they used to have trucks on the side of my crib. Now you remember them chirp Nextels that came out? They used to have
Hell
them
yeah.
big fat ass gray phones with the long antenna, the car phone with the big ass cord on it. And
Yeah.
then the yellow Nextels had first came out, them fat
Them
ones.
the brick phones, the ones that didn't
Yeah,
break,
them
the
brick babies.
destructible joints. Yeah.
Yeah, so niggas got the breaking in them vans, taking them shits, and they was paid for by the Red Cross, so they was burnouts. So we was doing
Oh.
shit like that as kids. You feel me? So that's what led to me actually going from my teenage group of friends to start hanging around with grown ass men. So my neighborhood was different. When I was coming up, I had probably 10 friends around my age. But then when we start hanging around the older homies, these is grown ass men for real at the time. So
Mm-hmm.
we learning how to gang bang and do shit on a grown man level when everybody else was like kitty gang banging and
Yeah.
shit. I'm out here getting told, yo, you got your pants leg up on the wrong side, you got the rag in the wrong pocket. Cause we used to bang to the right back in the days, thinking we was super crippin'. But the OGs was like, nah, see, cause my homies was a couple of my homies from San Diego. So they was like, nah, that ain't how you do it. We from the West Coast and this is the original way. So, they got to teaching you how to do shit right. You feel me? I ain't
Mm-hmm.
gonna never forget when I graduated, my homies was proud of me. And since I went to Centennial, I had a red cap and gown. And I was so proud of myself for making it through high school. I went around to the hood, and I swear to God, I was over there for like 30 minutes. And it was like, man, we proud of you, my nigga, but you got on all that red, man. Even though it's a cap and gown, bro, you gonna have to, bro, it was some wild
Time's
shit,
up.
man. So I was just like, yo, like, but gangbanging was, I try to tell people all the time, bro, in them 90s and early 2000s, gangbanging here was damn near like California for real.
Yeah.
Like you couldn't walk down the street, Livingston Avenue, bro. You can count 200 bloods just going down from Livingston at 18th to Livingston and Fairwood, and then up to Whittier and every South Side hood. It was just bloods everywhere. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, today, and people was outside. You went to the short
Right.
north, niggas was outside. You come to my neighborhood, we was outside. Mount Vernon, the Terrace, all the people was just outside. You feel me? Today, when them new gangbangers started coming around, I said, bro, y'all ought to just did that shit because with all this gentrification, y'all ain't dealing with what the fuck we had to deal with, bro. I went to the Stars program. You remember Fatty Cool?
Yeah. Yeah.
See, Fatty Cool came out of the Stars program with me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so we all was in the same program, right across from Me Mug Studio.
Okay.
You feel me? So that's when I start actually making my first records, like where my shit sounded more crispy. You feel me?
Yeah.
So everybody kept comparing me to Chingy because I sound like him, but I rap way better than that nigga. So, but they was like, you sound like Chingy, bro. Like, and I was like, yeah, whatever, bro. I'm doper than that nigga for real.
Yeah.
But we was all talented. It was motherfuckers in there that could do everything. You know what I'm saying? So, um, got out of high school and I just kept it moving. I just kept doing music after that. And I released a project. Making the band was on TV at the time. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? BT with Chopper and all them. Chopper released a mixtape, and I released my first mixtape called Thunder's Garden, and that shit did crazy numbers. Like I got popular off of Thunder's Garden. I had a song called "Bitch I'm a Monster" that still slapped to this day. All the pictures you probably see me posting with everybody standing in the on the stage with me dancing, that was
Yeah.
not part of the program. Like I started doing a
Mm.
song and people would just get that energy and like people would tell you, bro, like they just start flooding the stage every time I perform that song. It went up. So I was like, oh yeah, I got a hit, dog. So that shit was going crazy for like 5 years. Big bro, GT had a song called Wacky Wood with slapping. Critty Mac did a song with Bow Wow called What's Up, Bro? That was a hit in the city. Todd Wills had just came from Toledo, had crazy hits. And yeah, it was like people was dropping Young Wise, things from Brittany Hills. He's with all due respect to the artist, I feel like he's the only artist that matches my creativity
Okay.
because like he's an all around rapper. He can sing, rap. He got songs about everything you could think of.
Yeah. Substance.
Yeah, his videos is way colder than mine. So he hella creative with that. And I just back in the day, he was a blood though. So it was kind of like he had a cocky attitude, and I was
Mm.
more like, nigga, we gangsters around here. That cocky shit don't go. Cause I
Right.
grew up in a place where you acting like a pretty boy and doing all that cocky shit was like niggas would slap shit out of you or something.
Red flags. Yeah.
Yeah, like people wasn't feeling that in my hood. You feel me?
Yeah.
The bitch word, the beat done got you killed.
Yeah, I
Like,
still don't like that, man.
y'all don't to
Especially
this
not a
day,
nigga playing with me like that. Don't play with me.
bro. But when you look at these younger generations, they joke around with their friends like that.
Yeah, call each
Even
other
the
my
older people
baby
starting to
and
do
shit. I ain't, I don't, I can't do it. My brother, that's not my baby.
Yeah, bro.
My
Like,
man, that's
yeah.
my homie.
Like, bro, I can't. I just can't do it. And see,
It's two people trying to be too different,
I
and
tried.
that
I
could
had to
become
say. I had to save
problematic.
my cousin from that shit because my cousin was one of them people. He was kind of like a trying to get accepted type of nigga, and
Okay.
I brought him to the hood, bro. I got some stories, bro. I brought him to the hood, and they ain't used to this kind of gang banging because it's grown ass men out here. You feel me?
Yeah. Yeah.
So he come over and he got that shit where he'll slip and say that because you kind of like childish mental. You ain't been out here like that. You feel me?
Yeah.
So when he get to kicking it with my folks, I told him before we got over there, bro. Look, they probably gonna offer you a beer because they gonna know you with me, so they gonna offer you a beer and all that whoop de whoop. But don't let that word slip out your mouth, dog, because I ain't gonna be able to save you, bro. Like
Yeah.
niggas will demolish your ass, bro, and there ain't
Yeah.
gonna be shit I can do about it. You know what I'm saying? So he started getting a little buzzed, and then he started like, I just seen it coming. You feel me? So I was like, nah, I won't get you up out of here, dog. I already seen it coming, bro. I was like, bro, he gonna
Intercepted that
slip.
shit. Like,
Dang.
nah.
Oh my god. He would have got slaughtered, bro. So, and then back in the day, I went through a phase where I was fighting like every motherfucking summer. Like sometimes it was the same nigga, like, and it was for different reasons. I did the whole chip on the shoulder shit where a motherfucker
Mm-hmm.
somebody put a chip on his shoulder and it was like, yeah, y'all always gonna fight. I dare you to knock it off. Little instigating ass niggas in my hood. You feel me? So
Mm-hmm.
they put the chip on his shoulder, and I had that attitude like, nigga, who y'all trying to think? I ain't no bitch. So I knocked the shit off quick. Whoop, fuck this nigga. Let's get to it. So we in the middle of the street rocking, and I remember I started cold. I started whooping homie, and he got he was on the van curled up like in a little ball, and I'm socking his ass. But I had a heart, my dog. Like I
Mm-hmm.
couldn't just beat the dog shit out of nigga, and I know I'm winning. I would back up and be like, nah, I'm gonna give you a fair one, like give you time to
Yeah.
recoup and we can get back to it.
See, I'm
So
the same. I can't whoop your ass either if you're not fighting back.
and
It
he will
ain't
fight back.
fun. It ain't fun for me.
Yeah, he would fight back, and then I hit him with a good one. And then the homies instigate like,
Oh.
damn, homie hit you. You got a shiner now. Like, you know what I'm saying? They would make it all bad, so he would keep wanting to fight. And I was like, I remember I backed up from Oakland Road all the way like 2 blocks down trying not to fight this man. But I was
Yeah.
fucking him up the whole fight.
Yeah.
But I'm like, just leave me alone, dog.
And
Cause
that's how I like being like that in the beginning. Because if you keep pushing me, I ain't gonna feel. I'm gonna sleep good tonight, knowing I'm
oh
whooping
God.
your ass.
His
Because
his
I try to avoid this.
oh God, his brother doing hella time right now, and he was younger. But his brother, I don't know what the fuck we got into arguing about, but he was a younger dude, and
Okay.
I don't know what the fuck he was thinking. But I said something to him, and he socked me, and I hit him. My reaction hit him back so fast, I split his whole shit open. And I didn't even mean to though, for real. It was just like a reaction, like pop, pop, like you know what I'm saying. So he went to go tell his brother, and I don't know what happened, but on this particular day, his brother, I fought like 3, 4 times. But his brother didn't come outside that day. He was like, well, you shouldn't have said whatever you said.
Yeah. He had
So,
enough.
yeah, he had enough, maybe. I don't know.
I'm done with this nigga.
Oh, God. Bruh, listen to this shit, though. Then my oldest brother get into it with their stepdaddy.
Damn.
His stepdaddy and the nigga's dad and his stepdad's brother, his brother had just got out from doing 25. So I'm talking about swole diesel motherfucker, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Bruh. Shout out to my cousin Kia again, because she was there. We pull up, we get out the whip. They get my brother, oldest brother, and them get to arguing. Bruh, I'm a little nigga. I'm skinny and all, bruh. I walked outside, got in the middle, and I'm just like, bruh, y'all ain't about to do my brother like, you know what I mean? So however this shit gonna go down, we gonna have to work.
Yeah.
So his stepdaddy was like, "Come out here and fight him again." For some reason, he ain't want to fuck with me no more. So I was just like, all right, well, that's that. So now I'm just like, okay, so this nigga just got out of 25. I'm thinking, this the main nigga we got to worry about. So I'm going to sock
Yeah,
this nigga first. I'm going to try to get him up out of here.
that's
Because he
Thanos. You gotta
big.
get him
I know
first.
if he catch me with a good one, I'm going to sleep.
Yeah.
So I'm like, nah, I'm going
Them
to try
being
to get.
niggas trying to put you in a headlock too. I ain't
Yeah,
with all
yeah,
that.
yeah. So I said, so my thought process in my hood, we had little dudes that would demolish you, bro. Like, bro, man, listen. Bro, I can go on and on about these hood stories. But all I'm gonna say is that my awareness
Uh
from
huh.
being in the hood, I dealt with situations where you in a one way in, one way out type of building to where you ain't have no choice but to get out.
Yep.
Uh I had situations to where I had to back out and be kind of the cur nigga because I was the nigga with the studio equipment. So there was a certain bar fight where I was kind of salty at my homies because they started a whole bar fight and it went down. And I had all the studio equipment in there. So I'm like, damn, nigga, I'm
Mm,
the nigga got to wrap all this shit up and make sure I get it out because it's my shit. So ain't
quickly
nobody
too.
care, nigga. We just doing ghetto shit. But
Yeah.
I'm like, bruh, my cousin hit a motherfucking bouncer so hard he looked at him and asked him, bruh, he hit the motherfucker so hard, the nigga looked up and asked him, like, please don't hit me again. And I ain't never seen no big ass bouncer do this before. And my cousin was probably 5'9", 5'10", but he was an animal.
Yeah.
You feel me? Bruh, talking about niggas was hitting shit. Like, shit was bad. But
That was the
then
time when you had to fight too.
you had to fight. But see, this video, yeah, I don't know if you've seen it, but that Choppers video, I got mad blue rags on and shit. I shot that video halfway in my hood, and then I shot the other half on Oak and Wilson.
Y'all was in the actual neighborhood.
Well, yeah, I'm
The
from Oak
bunch of
Street,
people
so
outside.
yeah,
Yeah, I
yep,
seen that one. I see that
yeah.
was
So like
hard.
that video when I went to Oak and Wilson, think about this, bro. This a time where none of my homies was doing so much dirt. They didn't like to be on cameras. They didn't want to be
Yeah, yeah.
seen.
And that was new for that time still
You
too.
feel me?
Cameras and all that. That was new.
Today, everybody clout said they want to be showing guns and shit. My niggas didn't
Right,
want to be
right.
seen at all. So didn't nobody know from looking at the video, but my homies was lined up on the street just making sure ain't nobody trying nothing with me. So you feel me? So I'm in the middle of Oak and Wilson with the homies, like, cause my homie Lil Rock was rocking with them. He wasn't a blood, but he was hanging with. He had them as his people. And then I knew some of them because we played basketball, football together, or they went to East High School with some of my homies from the hood.
Mm-hmm.
So we had like mutual respect for each other, but it was just a small group of us. First video, success, it went great. We tried to shoot another one over there, and it was a different time.
Mm.
Shit, we got the phone call, and the homie was like, bruh, y'all gonna have to get up out of there, because word is, they finna pull up and try to air y'all out. Like, so
Mm.
y'all gonna have to slide. Like, it was just a different vibe, and it wasn't the
Yeah,
same
yeah.
people. So we got up out of that baby, like, right on time.
Man,
And
neighborhoods change over quick too. People don't realize that. Somebody go to
boy,
jail, somebody die, it's somebody new in
man,
charge
if we would have
over
shot that video, we was gonna be dead as hell. I
there.
wouldn't be here today, bro. But it's so much stuff happened in the hood where I could have just been gone.
Yeah.
At that Stars program place,
Hmm.
that was the first time I got robbed at gunpoint.
Damn.
Somebody set the studio up pretty much. They cut the wires, they cut the phone cords. They did this shit all the way professional. Came
Hmm.
through, with the rifle. I went through the whole bunch of shit. I was saving lives and shit. Talking shit, bro. I had a spray painted T-shirt on. It had the hood on it. So, and I'm in the blood neighborhood. I'm a Livingston and Champion or some shit.
Yeah.
And then, so I'm catching hell up in there, but I'm talking shit. You know what I'm saying? But then my daughter was only 2 at the time, so there was a point in time I was finna die because there was a point in time in that robbery. I don't know if you're like it's kind of like you go up a fire escape. So the studio was set up like an apartment. You feel me?
Okay. Okay.
So the homie had everybody after he came in with the rifle and told everybody get in the bathroom, lay down, do what he do. I'm talking crazy and shit at first. Then he hit me with some shit like, turn on that bathtub, I'm finna drown you niggas. And when he said that shit, my shit kicked in like, nigga, you might as well shoot me then, because I ain't no way in fuck I'm sticking
Yeah,
my
I ain't
head.
doing that.
Yeah, who you think this nigga? What the fuck? But that ain't happened. So then he cocked the rifle back, bullet fell out that motherfucker. He had like a 22 rifle, not no pistol. This motherfucker came in here with a whole deer rifle. Oh God! I'm like, who is you trying to kill with this motherfucker?
You trying
So
to
anyway,
wound somebody?
bro, he cocked that bitch back, and the bullet hit the ground. And that's kind of when
Amateurs.
I started thinking about my daughter. Like, damn, I need to shut the fuck up for this nigga actually.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
then this nigga crying, bro. The dude that was crying and went through the worst. He was from Lincoln Park. Still to this day, it psychologically fucked him up going through that. Like to this day, he like
yeah,
I don't know what happened to him, but he got like shell shocked from that shit.
yeah.
It,
PTSD, man.
yeah, he did for real. And
And I
like,
think it's a fine line between that awareness you was talking about or having
mm-hmm.
PTSD from being in that same environment.
Real shit, man. He fucked up. Like he can't keep a job. He on medication, and it's sad to see. You know what I'm saying? I seen
Yeah.
him years, and bro, it's so crazy that every time he see me, he bring up that story, and that shit was in 2007, some type of shit.
Okay.
And then you know, I like talking about shit like this, bro, because how you like how what made me how I am today.
Yeah.
Uh, my cousin hit me up one day, which is he was like my closest cousin. He hit me up to borrow my strap because
Mm-hmm.
they was about to go to some bar on Fifth Avenue. It was called the Limelight or some shit.
Hmm.
So and I used to go to fucking CNS a lot.
Okay.
So the Limelight, he took my pistol. They was doing what they do. Like a week later, some shit. He was going through something. Uh, the homie Meech was there, and I don't know exactly what transpired in the whole ordeal, but he had my strap, and basically what ended up happening is he ended up killing himself with the gun I had that I gave him.
Yeah. Damn.
So
My condolences.
psychologically, even though I know I didn't have nothing to do with it, it still fucked me up knowing that
Yeah.
that happened like that. So I'm thinking like, fuck, bro, like I ain't give you the strap for that. You feel me? So I
Yeah.
was mad at the nigga, but I was sad at like I was sad as fuck. You know what I'm saying? Went to the hospital. They had his head wrapped. The shit was swole up. And, he ain't make it out of that shit. So
Damn. My condolences, man.
man, I appreciate you, brother. But for bro, I'm 38, and I'ma
Okay.
literally tell you, just 2 years ago, I just got over this shit.
Wow.
I couldn't go see his kids for a long time because they looked just like the nigga. Like it was hard
Yeah.
for me to even talk to him. His baby mom used to be like, come kick it with the kids. And I just told her straight up, like, yo, it's difficult as fuck for me to even look at his kids, bro. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? So
That,
I
that
just got over that
character,
shit.
character and honor. It's a lot of what I hear from you. That's game that because I feel like our generation didn't have hella OGs in
Nah,
our
yeah, yeah.
families
That's
and in our
facts.
household. Like you were saying, we was getting that from the streets and sports. You know what I mean? So I feel like that's the honor code. You know, I feel the same way. Like I would hate to have to come pick up any of my homies and take them out to the crib, and then
Mhm.
everybody else making it home but them, and I got to go tell their family they ain't coming back. You know what I mean? It would be. It's tough to get over shit like that. It's hard not to blame yourself.
Man. And then it's like shit like my first felonies that I caught, I was with a homie that I grew up with since 12 years old. You feel me? And the way this shit happened, it made me kind of bitter towards the nigga because of how it happened. And when I tell you, I don't know what it was, because this was my first time going to jail, and it was two guns. One was dirty, one was actually in my name, and then it was dope in the whip. How that whole situation happened, I ain't gonna go into stupid details, but the SWAT hit, like they pulled up on us quick with the helicopter. Cops came out of nowhere, and they pulled the strap out on me. I'm high and drunk too, so when the cop pulled the strap out and he looked dead at me through the windshield and was like, "Don't move or I'm gonna blow your fucking head off." But he was one of them redneck cops, so his whole face
Hmm.
was like red. Now, mind you, I'm high as fuck, so me looking at him, I want to laugh, but I'm thinking like he gonna shoot shit out of me.
Yeah,
So it was like I
no
was
sudden
halfway
movement.
nervous and halfway wanted to laugh. So I was like,
Yeah,
I can't make one false move. He gonna shoot me.
yeah,
So but I wanted to laugh. Cause you should have seen his face, dog. It was some foul. Nigga looked like a strawberry. But, so I went through the motions. You feel me? And it was what it was. Got out. A whole bunch of shit cracked off, man. And then we got cool after that. But like you can never fuck with a nigga the same after that.
Yeah.
And then eventually something happened. He ended up getting killed or whatever. A whole bunch of my homies just start falling over the years. So like today, most of us gone or in jail. Some of us just now about to come home after doing 18, 20 years. You feel me? Like, so now I'm one of the very few that woke up and distanced myself from everybody. Like, I just got out the way completely. Like, some shit I went through with some folk, I felt like never should have happened. Some people's true colors showed, and that's the reason why I don't rock with them now. We cool. I'll say what's up to you and shake your hand if I see you, but I could never kick it around you because I ain't comfortable. You give me like a vibe that I don't like to have. You feel me? And I mean, I don't, at this point, motherfuckers ain't apologized or made amends. So there ain't nothing that you can do now because you don't let too much time go past without making it right. So now I'm just like, nah, nigga, because deep inside you really feel a certain type of way. So
Sometimes that's people's downfall. They let you see life without them. That's the worst thing you can do.
Man, and I just ain't got it to do, bro. So like today, even the niggas that I call my friends, I barely see. Cause I ain't that comfortable hanging around people for too long. It's very selective few people that I can do that with and feel okay. It's like I'd rather hang around family members and shit now. And I know some people spiritual and they got the juice, but I done seen people's characteristics change when they drink. See, mine's never did. I used to get sloppy drunk and be a happy nigga. Like I used to be like,
same.
If I got mad, it was because somebody was disrespecting me, and I felt like, you know, because I done turned the fuck up, bro. I got a homie doing 18 right now. He about to come home, man. Shout out to King Thunda, man. But he crazy motherfucker to me. You know what I'm saying? He was crazy to a lot of people. A lot of people ain't gonna fuck with homie, like, off the chain. But I remember being at a bootleg bar one day, and I just snapped. I don't know exactly what all happened, but something made me snap. And I picked up a bitch, not a nine mom, my bad. Let me change that word. A chick, because she was just talking crazy. You feel me? And there was dudes in there too, so I was kind of like provoking, like I wish y'all would. So she said something wild, and she was twerking on me or something, and said something super crazy. And I remember picking her up from the front of her jeans in the air, and I dropped her. And then I just started talking crazy, like saying shit from my hood and woo woo woo. So anyway, after all that shit ended, I remember the homie hit me up like, "Yo, nigga, you crazy in the motherfucker, bruh." And I was looking at him like, "You got your motherfucking nerve." Right. Like, nigga, that wasn't nothing.
Pot calling the kettle black.
Like, you real talk. Like, nigga, get real. Like, you know what I'm saying? He one of them niggas, I didn't even like riding with him because he was spontaneous as fuck,
You never know where it's going to go, man.
You never know where it's going to go, bro. Trip to McDonald's can turn to you doing forever.
It's like playing Grand Theft Auto.
Oh, my God.
You don't know what's coming next.
I love my dog to death, man.
Could be a robber. You never know.
Man, so, I mean, it's just that. But see, I had a heart the whole time. You feel me? Like, because I worked for the state. I had a job at 18. I worked for like a youth program trying to help kids and shit. So, and literally when we was talking about youth and shit, I literally just messaged one of the little homies I was trying to take care of when he was 12, and I knew that he was going through it. And I knew he was going to end up going to jail. You know what I'm saying? And he did eventually, like when he got older. And then today, he going back down that same kind of path. And I said something to him literally yesterday. And he ain't say nothing back or respond. So it's like some people just be in that dark place and you can't get them out of it. You feel me?
Yeah, best thing you can do is just show the love and give them their space and let them come around. Like, Because people gotta want to heal. They gotta want it to grow.
That's facts. That's facts. That's facts.
Yeah.
So then, relationship wise, that was another thing. I went through a whole bunch of relationship shit. My second relationship was crazy. My first one was crazy than a motherfucker. Bro, I try to back in my back in them days, bro. I got into it with somebody, some little, female, uh, uh, cheating shit type shit, cracked off.
Yeah.
I was finna whack a motherfucker. Like I was so angry about how the situation happened. You ever like ran? I don't mean. Well, maybe I shouldn't even talk. But look. So look, a situation occurred
Yeah.
where I ended up crossing paths with somebody that who I was with cheated on me with,
Okay.
and then I crossed paths with the homie, and bruh, when we was younger, I used to walk up on the chick, and he would walk away and let me say, because she used to walk through my neighborhood, and I
Okay.
used to jump off the fire escape like, hollering at her, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
He used to keep walking. So when
Mm-hmm.
he actually chose to say something crazy to me this day, it blew my mind because I'm like, nigga, you don't remember I'm the same motherfucker you used to be scared of for real?
Right.
Don't forget, bro. I'm the one with the juice for real.
I'm worse now. Like, what the
Yeah,
fuck?
like come on, don't do that. So we in the spot, we got a check cashing place or something, and he say something crazy, and he told me to meet him outside or something, and that was like the wrong shit to say to me at this point in my life.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I went outside. I had the motherfucking Honda look like baby boys, and I hit the trunk button before I even got out the door. I hit the trunk button on the way out the door. Boom, meet you outside, and I'm walking outside first. That was stupid. You should have waited till you was out first to say some stupid shit like that.
Right.
Found the trunk, and in the situation, I basically had told who I was with, like, she was trying to stop it, like, no, and I was like, no, if it wasn't for you, this wouldn't be happening. So I was like,
Exactly.
bruh, if you ain't out my face by the time this nigga come out the door, I'ma shoot him through your face. Like I was that, I don't know, something was wrong with me at the time.
Hey, we was young, man. We
Yeah.
was
So,
young. We ain't know no better.
bruh, I tried to get this. I was so thirsty to get this food. I did, bro. I was hanging on a fence, like I tried to make him think I left, and then I went in between some houses, and it was like them little privacy fences that was like in between the houses where you couldn't
Yeah.
just go through the houses because I was trying to just hide and do what I do. Man, I jumped up on the fence and I had one arm holding the fence, like under my armpit, and I had the pistol in my hand, just waiting on him to come out the door. Bro, I was on some weird shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? And then I made her show me where he lived at. I was
A
waiting out
menace.
there. He never showed up. So then I just started spazzing on her the whole time he was in the car, like, motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? Then the police came around the corner, and I was thinking to myself, like, yeah, he must have called the police.
Right.
But I don't know, like, from what I was, I hated doing stuff as a group.
Yeah.
Because I always felt like that was what's going to get me sent to jail, is being with somebody. So I would always do dirt by myself.
Thanks.
But just coming from that to now, I feel like the growth of that staying alive. You feel me? I got in a car accident, fell asleep behind the wheel. Shit rolled like 12, 13 times. I had my baby mom and my brother in the whip. We wasn't supposed to survive that shit at all. We got into a wreck in the middle of the freeway another time, and my baby mom and dude girlfriend fell out the whip in the middle of the freeway at that time. My head went through the windshield, and I don't know how I was the first nigga out the car, but I saved them and got them out the middle of the freeway before they got ran the fuck over. So I went through that shit. So just today, bro, I just done been through so much shit that it was difficult to find peace within. You know what I'm saying? My jail spouts, from the felonies to the misdemeanors to going through the domestic situations with the kids' moms and shit. And then I think after my cousin did that shit I told you about, that for like the next couple years after he did that, I had got appointed to anger management class by the court
Okay.
system, and I had to pay for it. So I'm like, how the fuck is that
That's
gonna work?
wild.
Yeah, so I went through that situation, got up out of there, and I was just angry now because it's like I can't find a job. I got these felonies. I can't get a crib. You know what I'm saying? It was just fucking with me. You know what I'm saying? And then coming out of that to find peace, I just found my peace after my marriage. My marriage didn't work out. I was with her for like 10 years. I started healing a couple months before I left her. And then I
Okay.
wrote the book that I sent you, the Train and Conceal Hard Emotions.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
had started writing that book in the midst of that relationship ending. Um, I used to read books from an author named R.A. Sin, if you familiar.
I've heard of.
Yeah, R.A. Sin is like top quality nigga, man. So like his book I read, She Just Wants to Forget was the name of it.
Okay.
But it was talking in like a female sense, but it could go either way.
Okay.
So it was kind of teaching you how to detach and how to just let shit go that don't want you to be there no more. Like you can tell somebody mentally checked out to let it go.
Yeah.
Instead of like trying to like, no, that's my wife, nigga. I'll kill you over my wife.
Yeah. You
So
trying to
if somebody ain't
resuscitate a dead
happy,
body.
yeah, you gotta let somebody go where they happy at. You can't, and that's where emotional intelligence. I feel like that's where my emotional intelligence got way high because I
Okay.
had learned to allow people to go towards whatever make them happy and realize you can't control another person. So that helped me. Then I wrote that book to help heal people and tell them about. That book is basically saying everything I just told you in this whole entire interview. Like I almost got everything in that book word for word. So at the end, finding your peace is not allowing your past situations to make you who you is today. Because I'm not going to tell you that all of that shit I just now talked to you about made me who I am today. Because at the end of the day, it's still your option and your choice what you gonna become.
Right.
So like I can go through the most traumatizing shit, but there come a point in your life where you gotta say, fuck that, I'm gonna change this and I'm gonna be this way. And then you gotta cut the strings. I tell people if you operate your life off of what your past traumas is, you like a puppet. Your past
Mm-hmm.
traumas is the strings. So they
Mm-hmm.
just making you, and so I don't accept that when people say, well, I've been through this and this is why I act like this. Motherfucker, you can change how you is at any moment. You
Yep.
can be whatever you want to be. If your whole family was crackheads, you can be the one motherfucker don't turn into a crackhead if you choose not to be.
Right.
You feel me? So that's where I'm at with the smoke. So now the place of peace that I'm in now,
Mm-hmm.
I just now this is recent. I was homeless after my marriage ended
Mm-hmm.
because I left the crib, but it's more a man that know itself. You know that you can go from ground zero and build yourself back up to something. So it was leave
Right.
the crib because I don't want my kids to witness me and their mama arguing all the time. That's more traumatizing and damaging than me trying to keep the household together.
Right.
Feel me? So
Right.
I leave, homeless, get an apartment. Before I got this apartment that you see me sitting in, I went homeless for about 4 or 5 months to stack paper because I'm on child support. One job wasn't cutting it. I'm working off a half a check every payday.
Yeah.
So that's my bills and rent, and ain't no more money. So I had to just go homeless and stack paper to even get enough money to get an apartment. And
Right.
now it's recent. Feel me? Today, I just went through some shit 2, 3 weeks ago where I was dead at ground zero. 2, 3 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
But when I tell you my God is the dopest nigga, I talk to God like a homie, and a lot of people don't like that. A lot of Christian people and shit, they be like, don't, why you be cussing, why you talking about God? Because God is my nigga. If God live inside of you and God exists inside of us, why wouldn't I talk to him like I talk to myself as if I got a twin me sitting here?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? He understands my conversation with him. You don't have to. My life ain't your life.
Exactly.
Feel me? So when I talk to him, it's like, damn, nigga, why you got me going through this shit? And I'm saying I have my breakdowns. You feel me? But my breakdown turned into triumph. You feel me? A day after I broke down and cried a little bit, I got 2 jobs. Shit happened. My car was fucking up on me, and that was my moneymaker. That stopped my bread. I had to hurry up and find jobs. I applied for like 50 motherfucking places. Ended up getting 2 of them. So I said, boom, that's 2 jobs. Then I sold my whip. Bam, that put money in my pocket. Called my bill people that I owed bills and my rent, and I was behind. Yo, can I get an extension? How can we make this work? Boom, they gave me extensions. So I said, damn, with the amount of time y'all gave me to pay my shit, I'm about to have like 8 checks that came by then. City taxes hit from my taxes. Bam. So like, I'm up in 2 weeks of struggling. So it was like, I knew myself to not let myself say, he gonna test your faith to see if you really love that nigga. Yeah. God always gonna test your faith and say, bro, if I put you through the hardest shit, is you still gonna worship and praise me and believe that I'm gonna make it all right? And that's how I operate. I always feel like God is gonna make it work. And if I ever had to be homeless, he gonna make sure I'm okay out there. If I was living in the woods or in a tent, he gonna make me content. Then I get this. The last spill about the struggle that I'm gonna say. What opened my eyes and humbled me was I took a cruise for like my honeymoon, and we went to Belize, Honduras, and Mexico.
Nice.
When I went to Belize, it was like impoverished. Feel me? As soon as you got in the city, it was people hounding you to buy stuff, because you know this is their everyday life. Is to get out here and try to get the tourists to buy shit, and you know this is their hustle. It was better than people out here with cups, and that gave me a different mentality about our homeless people. It's like these people out here are knitting, they ready to braid hair, they making bracelets, earrings, plants, they doing whatever they can to make $1, and y'all out here asking for change. And you in America where you got mad opportunity. So I got to see the slave dungeons where they kept slaves shackled at. They showed me the piers where the boats came in and dropped the slaves off at. I seen Queen Elizabeth's old crib. It was just a humbling at the schools out there didn't have no air. It was just open windows. So they was learning in complete hot inside of like a tomb. It was crazy as fuck.
Damn.
So by the time I got home, I was like, bro, if that ain't the most humbling experience I ever had in my life, I came back to America like, I don't give a fuck if I'm homeless and I don't got shit. I just witnessed 100 times worse shit than I ever could imagine. So now when people complain about me, complaining about their lives in America and how hard it is and da da da, I be looking at niggas like, you would never know. Just think about this. You just said that you've been looking at my posts for I don't know how long, but just in the past, just in the past year, with the shit, I moved into this apartment I'm in right now in November. 4-5 months before that, I was homeless. The last month leading to me getting this apartment, my niece helped me out, let me stay over there. Shout out to her. And then I got my crib. That's a year right there, pretty much. You would have never knew I was going through that shit.
Not at all.
I stayed dressed. I smelled good. I wasn't bummy. You would have never. My spirit was still talking about the same thing.
You had good vibes, good energy.
That's what it's about.
Yeah.
Because I always feel like God got me. Some kind of way, shape, or form, something's going to happen. And it's going. So now I'm busting these 2 jobs. I hate working for people because every job I work at, I've run into like a racist experience. I done climbed the ladder in a job to where I'm making hella dough. But see, it's like you get to that threshold, and then those white managers, the favoritism kick in, and where you see people getting jobs that don't deserve it, and you didn't. And then that it drain you from wanting to work for people no more.
Yeah. Or if you get the money, they paying you to put up with bullshit.
Yeah. Or they start nitpicking you to try to make you quit. My cousin just went through this shit today, like recently, like just this week. So now it's just like, and I told him that this shit was going to occur about 4 months ago. He'd tell you. I said, bro, because this nigga done been on billboards for his company and everything. They done flew this nigga to a different state, city to build up warehouses and everything with people, and he's done it successfully. So then y'all still giving him a hard time and acting racist towards him. See what I'm saying? It's like they not gonna let you get to a certain point, just like in the music industry. You start making enough bread, that's when that weird ass contract sell your soul shit come in. Oh, okay. Well, in order for you to keep getting this kind of bread, you gonna have to start doing this: paint your nails, change your hair, wear this purse, put this dress on. I'll slap the shit out of somebody. This is why I feel like I ain't famous. Because in seeing one of them kind of meetings, yo, no bullshit, G. I have been told that shit before by a record label. Mm-hmm. They wanted to change my hair, turn my hair this color to make me more presentable and look younger. I'm like, motherfucker, I'm me, bro. My talent should get me where the fuck I need to go.
Facts.
I don't got to be looking like 6'9" to get attention. Now I understand the plot twist and why that shit makes you get attention, but I'm sorry, I'm from
That's the wrong type of attention. I don't want that type of attention.
I don't want that shit. I'm a
Because you
real
gotta keep dressing up to get it too. That's the kicker.
You got to. Just think about how hood the young boy. He the most thuggish little nigga I seen. Black. Now you painting your nails black. But now he made that video talking about some he regret. Like the music that he been making, and
no, you don't.
I don't know what the fuck going on with these
people.
They
Can stop benefiting from it. That's what it is. They love it as long as they benefiting, but you hit the nail on the head. Like, if it don't resonate with my soul, it's a hard pass, a hard no.
Hard pass, bro. I could have been signed at 17, bro. Like 17 years old, I could have been signed basically from a branch of Outkast. You know what I'm saying? And the shit that happened with that, that's a long story, but it was just like I done been through the industry woes and shit and realized my soul ain't for that.
Yeah. And that's what the public don't get. More people have been in and out the industry that's still in it.
Man, the longer you in that motherfucker,
they think you're supposed to be in there forever.
You can only get crazy rich if you fucking over somebody.
100%.
Them contracts, all of them, you fucking over somebody. How many people that signed a contract and ain't got paid in 10 years? The game, all of these people talk about how they went 10 years without even making no bread.
Yeah.
I don't know how they kept their sanity in that TLC. When they got on stage and said, bro, we broke. We ain't even got. They said this shit at an award show. You remember that?
Yeah. Hell yeah.
We ain't even got paid. Like, bro,
and people thought it was a joke. They thought they was playing.
I would have killed everybody.
But I get it. It's the psychology behind. How does that make sense? I see you on BET every day. How do you think
every day?
You know what I mean,
bro? That shit blows you out.
That's why the industry set it up that way, which is rappers is starting to talk about now.
They gift you the Lambo, but you owe that motherfucking $200,000 now.
Yeah.
Now
and they don't just do that to us. They did the same shit to Elvis. Like when Elvis was fucking with his management, they had, they was paying for everything. As soon as things got left, they sent him a bill. Like, here's your flight, here's your studio time, here's your gas.
that happened to me in Atlanta, dog.
That's crazy.
That happened to me in Atlanta. I was about to get signed, and then person ain't have nothing to do with my artistry hit me with a packet when we got home because they knew I was about to get signed, and they wanted a piece of the pie, and I was only 17, and I was unaware. But my ghetto, I was still a G, so my gangster discernment was like, what the fuck? Like, my gangster discernment told me something was wrong with it.
You feel like you trying to be played.
Yeah, I felt that
strong
shit in my
too.
soul.
When you feel like somebody trying to play you, like, nah.
Nigga, I left the next day. I asked my mom. I told my mama, bro, give me the fuck. I'll need my ticket on the Greyhound. I'm coming back home. Fuck that. There's some weird shit going on out here. Yeah. Bro, I went to Evander Holyfield's house at 12 years old. The nigga had a lake. Bruh, I'm gonna tell you some weird shit. On God. Mm-hmm. The first thought process I had of thinking of, oh, I could probably get rid of somebody doing this and never get caught. Yeah. I went to Evander Holyfield's crib. his security guard had 2 buckets of hamburger. And I'm like, what the fuck you got 2 big ass buckets of hamburger for? He was like, watch this. Bro, it was a lake right in the fence of Vander Holyfield crib. Nigga had about 20,000 piranhas in the lake. I didn't know this though at the time.
Ooh.
Bro, he threw the buckets of meat in there. It was, these motherfuckers went crazy. They was flipping, flopping out the water and shit. I'm like, God damn. Like, I was thinking to myself, like, bro, if a person fell in that motherfucker,
It's over.
It's over, bro, to the bone gristles.
I love nature. It's
Man,
over.
that's the craziest nature I've seen.
Hey, pigs do the same thing. Pigs eat through bone.
Oh my God, bro.
Starve
So when
them a
I
little
first
bit.
seen that,
So
I
I
was
heard.
thinking to myself, like, damn, how this nigga probably done kill people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It was weird.
Oh, I think that about all rich people. As soon as you hit a millionaire, I'm like, you done killed somebody on the way up.
I swear to God. I ain't never seen
knocked
nothing like that
somebody
in
off
my
at
life,
600,000. They pushed you over the hump.
They pushed you.
But
he
I
better
get
be
it.
lucky
It's,
Mike Tyson ain't go to his crib
man, listen, it would have
after
been over
biting
for
his ear
Mike.
off.
I get it too, and I get how it's all so connected. Like when I was younger, still to this day, I love mob culture, and it was for the principle, it was for the structure more than it was the violence or the chaos or what people thought it was. Because there was still culture in the hood. It's still culture in gangs. It's culture in the mob, but people don't get close enough to get to see the beauty. You know what I mean?
Facts,
You would
facts,
have
facts.
to. These people would have to trust you because they don't. Like you said, that discernment. They don't just trust people. You got to
And see,
win their trust.
and there ain't no morals today. Like on Tony Montana, on that part of that movie where he told dude, I ain't killing no kids, and then he smoked his ass. Remember that?
Yeah.
Or on that Scarface shit.
Yeah, hell
Now,
yeah.
I ain't killing no kids. See what I'm saying? There was morals, bro. I remember back in the day when something was about to go down in the hood, bro. I'm telling you, bro. These young gangbangers ain't lived the shit for real. Cause
Yeah.
the older homies, if they was trapping out a chick's crib, and they was basically how motherfuckers even got trap houses was, it was like, okay, y'all on Section 8, so your bills ain't that high and your rent ain't that high. So
Right.
I'm like, listen, you let us trap out of here, we gonna take care of your kids and we gonna pay the bills. What woman, what chick ain't gonna take that? And you from the hood and you just a ratchet
You
ass
got
bitch.
protection now.
You got protection now. So the homies is all in and out your crib, but you don't care. Your shit taken care of. You getting Jordans, your kid fresh as hell. Ain't nobody about to come over here and do nothing to you.
Nobody.
It's over with. Like, so that lifestyle, but when something was about to go down in the hood, the homies would give the pre-warning. Hey, take the kids in the crib. Y'all go in the house. It would be like respect for your hood. And it would be like, we gonna have to deal with this on our own. You know what I'm saying? But get the kids and shit in the crib. Cause
Yeah.
some shit about to go down. It was drive-bys and everything happening.
And that lost when the line got crossed. You know what I mean? Because it's funny, exactly what you're saying. Like I speak on the other side of it. Like I said this recently. I feel like there's no more honor amongst thieves, and I think that's when things change.
Facts.
Because you gotta think about it. That was the only agreement between thieves, between criminals, is we both criminals. So I ain't gonna tell on you. You ain't gonna tell on me. I ain't gonna fuck with your operation. You don't fuck
Bruh,
with the church's money. You did.
on God. On God. My first time going to jail, I ain't sure. All I watched, bro. Listen, remember back in the day, lockdown and all that shit used to come on TV all the time. That was my thought process on jail. So when I was in the car going to jail, I knew that I had a warrior spirit at that moment because I didn't know what was finna happen to me. I didn't know how jail operated. All I know is it was 2 straps and some dope, and my ass was going to jail for damn show. And when I went, bro, my thought process got in the demon time immediately when I was in the car. Because I knew I'm going to jail. So my thought process was like, damn, what if as soon as I walk in there, somebody like, where are you from? You know what I'm saying? I didn't know how I was going to operate. So, bro, that's the part of the story I left out. I seen a nigga get, a little girl got killed. It was an older dude in the cell with us. Quiet the whole time. Ain't say nothing. This blood dude, he was from Lincoln Park. He was ignorant motherfucker. He said he kept on making a joke about this little girl that had got killed. Like a bullet went through the window in Trevor Heights and killed some little girl.
Okay.
So the blood dude kept on making like a mockery of it because he got off the phone with somebody that did it or something, and he was just talking about it. He ended up getting into an argument with the dude. Now, mind you, he don't know nothing about this dude at all. He say something crazy to him, and all of a sudden, the older dude snapped. Then he brought out the real. He said, "You know that girl that you've been talking about for the last couple of days? That was my niece." Bruh, when I tell you that shit went left so quick, I
Oh
was
my
reading
god.
some kind of magazine on my bed, like a mafia magazine or something, and the fight broke out, bro. I seen dude, they was scrapping, wrestling around, and I don't know if you ever been to the workhouse, but that shit concrete and steel all up in that bitch. He took dude head and he was like banging this shit on the ground. Bam, bam, bam. I seen blood shooting out the motherfucker eyeballs. Like,
Jesus
go
Christ.
for, like, you ever seen somebody get they eye busted and turn red?
Yeah.
Bro, his shit was all the way red, like around the shits. And he was finna kill him. He went and got 2 coffee cups, the plastic hard shits, and he was like, "I'm about to bash this motherfucker's head in." And everybody stopped him, like, "Nah, don't kill him, bro. You gonna end up in here forever." Da da da. So he was like making the dude tap out. He was tapping out, banging on the door, trying to get out the thing. And dude let him go. He was like, "Look, I ain't gonna kill you, but don't say shit else to me, or I'm gonna kill your ass." And he let him stay in there. But dude's energy was way different.
Oh yeah, he learned.
Dude was
Learned
asking.
real
Dude
quick.
started it with me first, like a couple of days ago. A
Mm.
couple of days before that happened, he had started some shit with me, and he was like, he kept like shadow boxing, like swinging towards my face, like you ain't gonna kill me.
Ah.
And I was a quiet dude. I was in there with some Praters. Praters is a big ass family. One of the Praters knew my cousin, so we got to talking, and he was like, "Oh yeah, I know, homie." Woo woo. So then me and him got cool. So at the time the dude was doing this, he like, "You ain't got no hands. You ain't got no hands, bruh." I don't talk. I be like that silent, that nigga that I'm just trying to do whatever time I'm finna be doing up in here and get the fuck up out of here.
Mm-hmm.
But dude kept doing that, and it irritated me to the point to where I didn't hit him, but I hit him with the work though, because I had hands for
Yeah.
real. So I swung at him like 10 times, quick as hell, and he fell into the phone. And when he fell into the phones, he said, "Damn, bruh, you do got hands." And then my nigga SP was like, "Bruh, you better stop fucking with homie." Then I had to take off, bruh. I got into a couple of altercations in there. I had a crackhead try to play me like a sucker for real. He bit his girlfriend's nose off
What
on
the
on on
fuck?
Maine and Ohio. They was crackheads.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Bro, he got into an argument with his girl on the phone a couple hours before we got into it, and he was like arguing with her about cheating. She was a prostitute. Come to find out,
Oh
I'm
gosh.
like, nigga, you arguing about a chick getting out, getting money out. You in jail. She fucking getting crack and doing whatever she doing out there.
Right.
So anyway, I brought that up after he tried to play me like a sucker. I'm like, bro, you bit a chick's nose off, and you ain't here complaining about a chick that's a prostitute talking about cheating. Cheating what? This is what she do. So anyway, we got into the
Hilarious.
whole spiel, and this
Uh,
was the first time I was quiet, so I never took my jail shirt off, so nobody seen my tattoos or none of that. But at that moment, I remember slapping my cards down on the table, got up, took my shirt off, flipped the jelly shoes off, and I'm like, bro, we can work. Like, and I'm not even that type of dude. My whole hood to tell you I was never like an active, like, I was always a defend myself dude. You
right.
bring it to me, I'm gonna give it to you. But I ain't never was a go find the problem
Like an
type dude.
instigator, yeah.
Nah, I was never him. Like I was always a stay in my bubble. I grew up in them days walking. You familiar with Kid Magic?
Uh-uh.
Okay, so like he a vet, like Mixmaster Ice
Okay.
from the old UTFO. Mixmaster Ice had got me on MTV. I won like a freestyle battle at the CNS with him.
Nice.
Kid Magic was on Livingston and Miller. I went
Okay.
to the studio in Livingston, Ohio. These two blood neighborhoods I gotta walk through to go make music every day. So when you talking about, and I wasn't scared to wear my shit. So I had my Dickies on, my blue shits and my Chucks, and I would walk over there, and ain't nothing worse than hearing somebody on the porch like, "Hey, blood, damn, you don't know if you got to run, scrap, you don't know what's finna happen at that point." So like them is the times we grew up in. And today, with the gentrification, when I hear people claiming gangs and being hardcore about it today, I'd be like, bro, cut that shit out. Like, you would have to go to the West Coast for that to still be valid. Cause
Right,
here, gangbanging ain't what it was back in the day.
right, right. Yeah,
So,
they got that
so
shit up
now
out
I be
here.
trying to encourage people to just stop the shit, bro. Cause
It
we
turned
not
into
living.
neighborhoods, and then it turned into streets, and
Yeah, we
now
not
people
doing
just
that.
be mad at each other.
Bro? You been to Old Town East lately on Oak and 18th?
Yeah.
That shit beautiful. That shit never. I couldn't imagine that shit looking like that when I was growing up. Them apartments that's right there on the corner was never open. That shit was abandoned since I was a kid.
That's crazy.
So they finally actually did something with it and turned it into a whole. But I love going to my hood now because it's like I can go over here now. It's a better feel, better vibe.
Yeah,
I got a song where I said, man, I said now that it's gentrified, I sell a different kind of dope on it or some type of shit because I be selling my
yeah,
clothes, music. Now you got to move different over there. You feel me?
man. Which is
So
life, you know what I
it's
mean? We
like,
gotta switch it up, and we gotta learn and grow and destroy and rebuild. That's the process.
bro, I'm gonna tell you, bro, my like real talk. I'm hoping that this podcast, this interview right here, give insight to life on a different level because of all the stuff we just talked about is stuff that honestly I can't even remember the last time I actually talked about all of this to a person.
Yeah, yeah.
I ain't actually had this whole conversation with a nigga since anger management class.
Wow.
Like, and that shit was forever ago.
Well, I do therapy, so I'm glad. I'm glad to
That's
hear
dope, bro. So like I think I therapeutic to myself. Like nobody
it.
anger management helped me, don't get me wrong.
Yeah,
But when I thought I was battling some demons, there was somebody in anger management class that was talking about a vision that he would get and why he was demonic and why he kept doing what he was doing. And he drew a picture of what he be seeing. Nigga, when I tell you that shit was like, I thought I had some problems.
terrifying.
Bro, I'm like, dude bugged out.
Bro, need a hug.
When I was locked up, there was a blood dude from Cleveland. Listen to this crazy shit. It was a
Uh,
blood dude from Cleveland while I was locked up. Looney Tune. He knew the Bible front and back. Could call out the first chapter, all that, and read it in his head. But when I'm talking about, he was absolutely Looney Tune. Like, you know, he was about to go to jail for like 40 fucking years or something. I remember somebody was snoring. Fat dude. He was snoring, bro. Dude got mad at him for snoring. Woke him up. Told him, like, bro, you gonna have to shut the fuck up in here. I'm trying. Now, mind you, we in a workhouse, bro. Like 30 people in a dorm. How
right,
you gonna expect everybody in here to be perfect people and whatever the fuck
right.
not bother you?
Niggas trying to get comfortable.
Man, I almost got into it because we was beating on the wall and I was rapping and somebody was like, "Who wanna fight? Y'all niggas making all kind of noise."
Guard up, damn.
but but dude went to dude was basically telling him like, man, I'm fat, like I I snore and I got like uh he had some kind of like health condition too. But he
Okay.
didn't know this until dude actually tried to whoop his ass. So he started snoring again. Bro, dude walked up to his bunk and I watched the whole shit happen. I was blown away. Man, he slapped him in the stomach. Woke him up and got ready to beat on him. Dude pulled his eyeball out. Like,
Jeez.
boop. He said, bro, I can't fight you, man. I got a fake eyeball. Boop. And he pulled his eyeball out and had it in his hand. And I'm like, what the fuck? Bugged out, bro. I seen a white dude get slapped so hard He owed somebody some money or some shit.
Uh-huh.
But he owed SP money too, so he was SP's little sucker. But uh, I guess the older crackhead nigga, he owed a lunch or a dinner to or something. Bruh, he slapped dude like straight up. It was the loudest slap I ever heard in my life. But he was so pale, bruh. The red mark, you could see the 5 fingers on his face, and bro, he slapped him. His whole forearm print was red on his whole, bruh. The way my hand is right now, the red mark was. I was
Gave
like,
him a
God
tan.
damn. He slapped the shit out that motherfucker, boy. But SP stopped it like, nah, bro. He owed me first, if anything.
Right, slow
And then
down.
he threatened dude like, yo, and you fuck with him again, I'm gonna get at you. And dude bowed down, and dude was way dieseler than SP. But SP was crazy for real. So
It be that respect, man.
yeah,
Respect
he had
goes
that
far
respect for
away.
sure. That's the first time I seen that type of shit, and I was like, yo, jail was some other shit. Like, I automatically got it in my head. If I get into it in here, I gotta whoop your ass for real.
Yeah.
Because this is just that kind of place, bro. Like, either you gonna take a dumb L, because everything concrete and metal in here. You even fall trying to fight somebody, you could bust your own damn head open.
Right.
So I don't know, man. To make it out of all of this and still be alive today and be at peace now, a lot of people don't understand it. You know what I'm saying? But I'm glad we had this conversation, G, because
Me too.
I wouldn't have been able to even articulate none of this shit without the right kind of person asking me these questions and shit.
Yeah.
But hopefully my journey get people to realize. But everything I done said in this interview, if you listen to my list of music, you gonna hear every story I just told you in my music. So it be real. I talk about real, bro. Tupac was my #1 rapper. He was a Gemini like me. His creativity was like me. He a revolutionary like me. I'm all for saving ourselves. Fuck the government. Shit, all that. If we start a revolution, I want to be front and center. If all my people walked out the house today and I seen thousands of us out in the street like, fuck this, we ain't taking this shit no more. Fuck the police. I would be so proud to step in the front of all of them motherfuckers. Like, all right, I'm gonna lead this because I've been waiting for this to happen.
Right.
Bro, I got Ginsu nice, regular nice straps. Listen to this crazy shit, though. I'm gonna tell you one more crazy thing before we conclude.
All right.
You know them red berries that used to be growing on bushes, and our parents used to say they was poisonous,
like cranberries, kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Them shits. Since I'm Native American, I'm thinking like, how was we killing the colonizers at first when our Native Americans was at war with them when they came over? Pricking the motherfucking things with the motherfucking pipes that, most of the African tribes would spit out the straw. Stick that shit in you like Ace Ventura, Pet Detective, how they was hitting him with them shits and dabbing it with the poisonous toad and shit. And then, bruh, I done been in Black Lake Woods thinking to myself, like, what if the whole world cracked off? How could we just be whacking motherfuckers with natural shit? I'm like, oh, yeah, this is it. We can get some pine cones, the little pricky pine thingies.
Yep.
Stick that motherfucker. We be out here doing some real live. But, bro, I be thinking about this kind of shit when I'm in the woods.
That's real shit.
So I be like, bro, my mindset just be on some whole totally different shit sometimes. So it's just that warrior. I know I'm a reincarnation of somebody that was whacking the shit out of colonizers back in the day.
Yeah. Same.
So
Django, man.
Yeah.
But we got it figured out. You know what I mean? And everything you said definitely came full circle. Even in the beginning with not wanting to compare. That's the beauty of intelligent people. We never have to. Pac said it best. Like, I may not change the world, but I know I'm going to spark the mind of somebody who's going to change the world. That's probably the best quote he's ever said. You know what I mean? And I felt that. He was talking about us. He was talking about our generation. He knew we was coming.
Facts. Ahead of his time, man.
Yeah, the
But
same with Nip.
goddamn,
You
boy,
know, I talk about Nip every day. I quote Nip every day. He was different. But it
different.
just goes to show, like we were saying earlier, like you gonna get that target on your back, and everyone can't take that. People get out. Like if you gonna start a revolutionary, you gotta stay one. That's not something you can retire from.
On God, and it was really one too. And I still remember the line. He got a song called "Love," and he said, "Fake niggas, I don't want your hugs. Fake niggas, I don't want you." And then he said, "I get 5 racks every night. What's the price on yours?" That what he said in that song, he had that conversation with me on MySpace.
Mm.
That's how I was like, bro, he talking the real shit.
Mm-hmm.
Because, and then if you go back to an interview he did, I think it was either Rap City the Basement or with the next dude that was like Tigger, the Meth
Okay.
Hits dude.
Okay.
He had an interview where he was talking about how, bro, when you feel like you valued at that much, tell every club that you perform in you want 5 racks. He said a lot of people gonna tell you no because you ain't known, but a couple people gonna tell you yeah. He said after them couple people tell you yeah, and you do the show and you get paid that bread, then you can put money towards your marketing. Then when those other motherfuckers get a gist of you and you got your numbers up, they gonna ask you to come perform and you tell them 10 racks now.
Hit him over the head. Yep.
I'm up. Bro, this is the conversation he had with me on MySpace, and then he had it on the interview, and then he put it in the song.
Then he
Nip
did
was
the shit.
17 when he told me that shit.
Yeah. Then he
I'm
did
like,
it.
bro, he was ahead of his game.
Yeah. He was, man. And I think again, it's our melanin. You know, the goodness in his heart, the love. Like the shit. The day he died, he was showing love.
On God.
It's the
On God.
love. You know what I mean? And that's a revolutionary. Like I ain't afraid to die. You dig?
But,
I don't think about it like that.
bro, I ain't afraid of UFOs, none of that. I wish
Yeah,
these niggas would come.
man. Because I think they working for us and with us. I think that's why all these lies got spread. Because they
Exactly,
seen
bro.
we had people who was on our side. You know, higher powers. You dig? So they had to make their own higher powers. But I think now.
I tell every living being,
Hmm.
most of us, our culture people, like we dealing with a lot of chicks with bad attitudes. We dealing with a lot of men that don't know how to like. Finances don't make you a man.
At all.
Like you can be the most unhumble, disrespectful, ignorant, arrogant idiot, thinking you know everything because you got money, but you don't have a soul. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So like when it comes down to it, in my mindset, I ain't afraid to die because I feel like I'm a spiritual being. I literally don't feel like I'm from this planet.
Right.
I feel like I'm a reincarnation of some. I came from somewhere else. My spirit definitely didn't come from just this earth. You know what I'm saying? Like I had to come from somewhere else because think about this logically, bro. How many people, if you went into a room of 100 people right now, anywhere, and start talking about the stuff we just talked about, or spirituality or anything, only probably 10 to 15% of that room is even going to resonate with your ass.
Yeah.
So just think about the percentage of the population in the whole world that don't have that. They not woke at all. They don't care to be woke. They
Hmm.
disrespect woke people. So there's a small population of us that's even connected to the source of what we is.
I
The
agree.
other ones is in the dark, and they comfortable just waking up in the matrix and living this everyday life, not giving a fuck about themselves. And see, this where I sparked the mind at. I said, bro, now that I done dug up my family history so far back to where now I know where I came from, there's not a lot of people doing that.
Right.
Something sparked my mind and put something in me to be the one to find that out for my family's sake and my kids' sake to know the truth about my identity
Right.
and theirs. I tell people, bro, if a nigga nut got millions of sperms and one of them motherfuckers made an egg and made a baby, you don't think you special and you motherfucking made it out of the millions of shits that was running for that egg? If you don't understand the logic of that and don't understand how special you is to even be here walking around, bro, nigga,
That's
if you
real.
went to the Million Man March and said let's all race and you won, you don't think you special?
Ego
Fuck
would be
out of here.
crazy. Your pride would be nuts.
Yo, come on, bro. That's logic, bro. I don't think nobody ever broke that shit down like that.
They don't think about it like that, man. And that's the facts. I think of it this same way because even, with that understanding, more people have not exist than that exists. There's been more people not born than has ever been born. And the
Man,
numbers will always outreach. And then you get the black man, you know what I mean? Women outnumber, you know what I mean? So it's like we have to have this self worth that we see now. I think where we're getting to now is we're realizing I can value myself and I don't have to devalue the next person.
facts. And see, I'm open to everybody's perspective. I had a chick uh got mad at me because I talked about my lineage and stuff. Told her I had good hair, and she got mad about me saying I had good hair. She was like, "Well, what is good hair?" I said, "If you feel like you got good hair, you got good hair." I'm not saying my shit is just better than your locks or the woolly hair
Right,
from our African tribes or the East Africans that got hair like me, or you have to have self-worth and value yourself. So how you gonna get mad at me for loving the way God made me? If
right.
you love the way God made you, you could have said, I got good hair too, and I'd have been like, you're right.
Hmm.
Cause motherfucker, just cause I said I got good hair don't mean you got good hair. I call myself the king of Ohio. You know how many motherfuckers argue me about that? I said, well, I ain't the only king in the motherfucking world.
Right,
I ain't the only king in Ohio. There's people that's just as valuable as me. So why is you mad at me for saying I'm the king of Ohio? Like I'm trying to override everybody else that's doing the same shit I'm doing. I'm not. I
right.
just work. I know my worth and who I am, and that's how I feel about myself.
And I
You
think that's
should too.
that's that programming. You know what I mean? I like to bring the facts. You
Oh
dig?
yeah.
And one of the facts and one of the truth is I think America on average is at a seventh grade reading level. That's everybody, adults and
God,
kids.
boy.
Seventh
Just
grade.
like the lady
So
just said today, she said in schools, this agenda for the gays and the transgender shit just became a thing and popular these days. And she said you got people in China and in Taiwan and places like this, and they kids is in middle school learning quantum physics, and we getting taught how to fucking be transgenders and shit now in these times. And I'm like, she was like, "Oh, we are so lost as a people. I can't wait for God to wipe this out." And everybody think that God gonna wipe this earth out
hard
by wiping
reset.
it out. No, He's gonna get rid of the soulless, negative energies on this planet. It's in the books. Anybody can read this book called Censoring God. It's called Censoring God, bro. If you ain't read that book, I think I sent that shit to you
Yeah,
before,
you did. You did. I
bro.
haven't
When you
finished it.
read that, that shit compares ancient tablets, the Romans that tried to burn the words that they didn't put in the Bible. They tried to hide the spirituality about our people and that the ancient people from here was black. They tried to burn all of this shit, and some of it was recovered.
Right.
Some of it wasn't. But they compare stories from different countries and cultures, the ones that match, and then they compare the European version of the Bible today that left out 6, 7 books where they talk
Damn.
about aliens and spirituality. This shit is supposed to be in the Bible.
And witchcraft and all that good
All
stuff.
of that shit is in the Bible.
And where they messed up too is it's in our DNA.
It's
That's
in
where
our
it's fucked
DNA,
up.
bro. So me even talking about this means I unlocked a part of my hidden DNA. Me
Yep.
finding out my family lineages all the way back to 1400s, I unlocked a part of my DNA. Somehow, some way.
It's what I consider deja vu. It's when we have visions that we can't explain, when we've seen places we've never been. it's a past
Right.
life that we've been to. But like all magic, you know, shit, even like how they do Christmas and shit, you got to believe for Santa to work. You know, that's how magic works. You have to actually believe in what you're doing. You have to be intentional. You can't just randomly find some lit shit. You got to be a lit individual.
That's facts.
You
That's
know what I
facts.
mean? And this new day and age, you know, it's difficult for people to do that. It's the fear, one, but I think it's the knowing. Once you become the knowing, you always have to be the knowing. Once you
That's
know
facts.
better, you can't backtrack no more.
Yep. And what they say, if you know better, you do better. The truth
Yep.
will set you free. All of them quotes is in my brain. On my back, I got it tattooed on me, and it's a quote. I can't really put the name to where I got the quote from, but it's life ain't about waiting on a storm to pass. Life is about learning how to dance in the rain.
Ooh, that's
That's
hard.
where that's
Poetry.
I live my life by that. So that's when I told you, like, me being homeless and me still keeping positive energy. Mostly it's because of that quote.
That's real. That's deep.
So yeah, man. But this conversation, bro, was
Yeah,
dope.
is there
I know
anything you
my
want to leave the people with? I'm gonna bring you back. I like I do panels. I do battle of the sexes. I think 3 women, 3 men, and we just have conversations about life shit.
okay,
Um,
okay.
so I'm definitely gonna bring you back, bro, for sure. This was enlightening, but a part of me felt like it would go this way.
Man,
So
yeah, real talk, real talk. I
I'm
felt
glad
like
we
that
did
too.
this. I'm glad we did this. It was a weird day. And I think this is why, you know, we were merging energies. We were bringing, you know, universes together, and this is what we need. You know, that's why I tell black people, like, we've had our time for regret, embarrassment, resentment, revenge. Like, it's time to lead with love. It's time to unify. It's time to come together. I think we are the best parts of the generations that led up to us, the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s. We are all of that. We
But,
all of that. You know what I mean? And I think it's our time, man. I'm going hard. It's our time.
bro, I did the wolf thing for you too, didn't I?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so like everything in my crib, bro, it's wolves all in this motherfucker.
That's my
But
spirit
this
animal. That's me, the wolf, man. That's me.
This me right here. All
Yeah,
day. If
I
I turn
love it,
into a
bro.
wolf and start fucking some shit up, I'm gonna look like this nigga right here.
Yeah,
So, like real shit. But this is my totem animal. I don't know if you hip to that, but that's a Native
yeah,
American thing. Come to find out,
100%.
my lineage traced back to the first Cherokee tribe called the Wolf Clan. Bruh,
Nice.
check this out before we go.
Uh huh.
The Wolf Clan was meant to enlighten the people, and it was for the people to give messages to the people. But then my mama named me Gabriel. The same thing I am for Joshua. Gabriel is the messenger of God, the one that he told to give the messages. You know, he had certain messengers, but
Right.
Gabriel was an angel who passed messages around the same way. And then I find out my lineage is the Wolf Clan, which had the same purpose. So see, me unlocking what I was back in the day transpired of what my name is and how I act today. So I know I'm a reincarnation of somebody from back that long ago. So this shit real, my nigga.
It's
And
very
you know,
real.
it's weird to some people, but to me, you know what I mean? My motherfucking shit, dog.
Hey.
But yeah, I appreciate this convo, bro, and I'd love to come back and
Yeah.
I appreciate you, bro, man. King
I,
Thunda is my everything, bro. Like people can search me King Thunda on Google and my whole shit to pop up. You'll find my YouTube and Instagram, all that shit, because I got the verified Google page now. So it
let's
do
go.
pop up
I'm
as
gonna
I'm a
share it for
musical
him.
artist and all that.
Yeah, I'm gonna share it for him. I'm gonna send it around, and this was a pleasure, bro. Anything you want to leave the people with?
Man, just stay blessed and highly favored and powerful, man. You know, let go and let God when you're going through some things, and you know, we shouldn't get too overwhelmed about our hardships, because if we believe in God and we got faith, He gonna make sure that He get us and guide us to that right path. Because I got to that point just 2 weeks ago where I had to shed some tears and just ask God why. Like, damn, bro, I know I ain't a bad person and I'm doing this, that, and the third. Why I gotta keep going through this? But I understand that God give His toughest challenges to His strongest soldiers.
Yes, sir.
and to see if you still keep the faith in him. And I ain't went back to the darkness since 2010 was the last time I went to jail. And when I woke
Okay.
up in jail that next, now I tell you, in 2010, I did not give a fuck. When I went to jail, I was drunk, and I didn't give a shit about nothing. That next day, I woke up in jail. Something completely changed, and I never went to jail since. And since then, it took me 17 years, and my record is clean today. I'm legal to carry. I done changed my whole entire life. So for all the people that got felonies and they years in, I went through a program at the King's Art Center and Urban League, and they got free lawyers, and they helped me get my record clean. Don't give up, dog. Because if you keep your faith, shit'll work out. But if you fall back into the darkness, God is going to let you go with the devil if that's where you want to be at.
That's a fact. What you
Everybody
see
that
will
did
grow.
me wrong and made me feel like I needed to get rid of them, I let it go and let God. And eventually, they faced their own karma of being
Mm-hmm.
whoever it was they was put the energy they was putting out. They got back.
Mm-hmm.
I stepped out the way, and I chose to just be at peace. And then I will block a motherfucker in 2 seconds. The moment you start yelling and arguing or treating me different than what I want to feel like my soul need,
Mm-hmm.
I ain't gonna have no beef with you. But instead of beefing with you and fighting, you can just fucking get away from me.
Yep.
I will just cut you off and shed my skin. Get on up out of here. People that want to box or fight, I'm not doing no street fighting. We can do the boxing ring and put money on it, and we can just train for a couple months and then do it.
Yeah.
But I'm not trying to do that, but I will for the bread.
Yeah.
But but today I feel like just peace and love is our highest enlightenment that we can have. So that's what I'm walking in, man. And I'm walking by faith, walking by God. So I think that we all get to that point. We can change the vibration of the whole world if all of us as a people did it at the same time. Mass meditation. I
Mm-hmm.
actually want to start that at Franklin Park, where I take a big ass speaker out there like I'm gonna perform, and I just play frequency, and we all shut the fuck up and meditate. Just sit there and listen to God. We can change the vibration of this whole earth doing that. But guess what? When I start doing that, I know the police is gonna come try to shut that shit down. The
Mm-hmm.
government is gonna hate seeing a Franklin Park full of people randomly just outside humming and shit.
Happy? Yeah, they don't want that.
They don't want that. But God bless the people, man, and I hope they get something out of this interview and shit.
Yes,
This
sir.
was
They
a real
will.
ass interview, dog.
Hey, it was, man. It
Real
was.
talk.
I really appreciate it, bro. I want to say congratulations.
I
Being to
appreciate
this
you, brother.
point, listening to you speak, bro. I see the light. I see the aura. I see what other people seeing you. You dig? Like, thank you, man. Thank you for real.
Man, bro, thank you, bro, for even reaching out to have me on this joint,
Yes,
man. Real
sir.
talk, man, Hunter. And I wish you all the success and shit. And I'm always gonna support what you doing, bro. You got the flowers, dog.
My guy. Thank you so
My
much.
dog, hit
All
me
right,
up.
brother.
Send
You
me the
enjoy your
link to
night.
this so I can share it, all that.
All right, I got you, boy.
Put it on
Enjoy your night.
YouTube.
Yes, sir. Y'all
My
gonna
nigga,
see us
man.
on there soon.
Yes, sir. Stay safe, bro.
All right, boy. You too.
100.
All right.